Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Download Queue, another podcast about video games. I'm Kyle, the dude, joined by the guy pressing buttons, making it all work. Rocco, how you doing today?
I'm the guy behind the screen, you know? Spider-Man's coming out in a couple months. I'm the cool friend behind the screen.
Oh,
Except
okay.
I don't have like half the skills for that job,
Yeah.
but I just take up the
So confused what you meant by Spider-Man for a second. I was like, what? Like, I guess he has someone. Yeah, I don't think of him as having someone.
It's like the whole thing.
Weird.
I rewatched them the past like 2 months. Anna hasn't watched them yet, and that was like a big thing.
Oh,
He's like,
that's fun.
I'm the guy in the chair. Ned's the guy in the chair.
Yeah. The payoff to Ned is going to be good. You really hope there's a payoff
You would hope.
for the Nick. You'd hope, right? There's a lot. I don't want to get into leaks of that, but yeah, that looks real good. Anyways, now I get it.
The guy in the chair.
Anyway, you're the guy in the chair. Yeah, you're a lot more than that. You were the guy on Tau Ceti. Have you recovered from yesterday?
I
Streamed a little bit of marathon, but we played after stream. And man, marathon. That was we won 2 successful exfils. Constantly not getting your quest done, your contract. Just ridiculous. How are you? Have you recovered?
I'm good. Last night was like Bungie throwing us into the deep end with weights. Like we like betrayed the mob. They're like, this is what you're gonna deal with for the evening, and you're gonna like it and enjoy it. And if you stick around, too bad. But man, it was like 3 a.m. again, 2 a.m. whatever. I woke up this morning and was like, time to get back on marathon. I'm thinking about it. I hate that I'm thinking about it because I put out on Threads. So I was like, after that first initial open beta thing they did, I did not think I would be where I'm at with it right now. Back
For real. Yeah, I did not. Yeah, I thought it would be too intense for you coming off of Arc Raiders. And like, yeah, this was way more PvP focused, but that's kind of your thing a little bit, I think. But yeah, it wouldn't have expected it. But man, it's a good game.
it was good.
It's a good game. It's a good game, except when that happens, like yesterday. Yeah, that one quest, the one contract for Segaguchi, if you know, parasitism, however you pronounce it. Dude, it's the same thing I had constantly running into other teams in the same building over and over and over again, same spot. Try to get there. Yeah, that was my experience. We did it with you. Same experience. I want to know, and I need someone to divulge the secrets of how they're doing their matchmaking, because I'm pretty sure some contracts they purposely and like figure out how to make people bump into each other, and then other ones like a little different, because man,
I see
we both had
where
the same experience on that contract, the same experience of there's teams always in that one building in biostock. They're
Yeah.
always, or bio research on Dire Marsh. It's just crazy.
I see where you think that comes from because of how often it was happening. But like the back of my mind, I'm like, they don't have nearly enough people to be like min-maxing matchmaking in a way that happens. I think like,
But it was built for that though. Because I'm saying the contract specifically, it's like, oh, if they're on this step of the contract, let's find, like, you're pooling people together, so it's more of an intense experience to get through that contract. It's just the same exact experience I had weeks ago doing that contract. It's the same thing. I was stuck here. That, like, you'd go, you'd spawn near quarantine, go to intersection, boom, a team. You spawn near biomarsh, have to go to greenhouse to get a spark leaf, then have to go in, and boom, team already in bio research. It's the same thing. But anyways,
it's like flashbacks it's flashbacks to the first parasitism in Outpost, like when it makes you do that whole bullshit of going up
the
and
processing.
Yeah, I keep wanting to call it the needle. That's not the name of it. What's the
Pinwheel.
Pinwheel, thank you. Like it's flashbacks to that every step of this quest, just in a different map for bullshit reasons. I'm like, come on. And then you get done. It's like, here, have one gun after you just lost 8 trying to get this done. Like, you get shit, you silkworm.
It's about the you guys. Hey, don't talk bad about Nona. Our silkworm mommy. She makes all of us. Yeah. Every week we're going to talk about Marathon because, yeah, we're still playing it. And you are still playing it, which I think is crazy. So, big stuff coming. I mean, go for it.
No, it's the game. Like, it's the game of the year at this point for us, I would say.
Oh, 100%.
Which is like, I was thinking back to it because everyone, like, 2 weeks ago last year is when Expedition came out. And I was like, there really hasn't been a game like that this year that's just taken over. Like everything's been on kind of
Oh,
even playing field, so it's given time for weird stuff like this to kind of step out more and get its own fan base going. Feels good.
yeah, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, yeah, we'll keep talking about it. Up to season 2, about a month away ish, a little more. So they'll be giving more updates at some point. We'll keep playing. Yeah, that's crazy. Pragmata, I think, is one of those games that almost got there, but new IP, I don't, and it didn't obviously hit as hard as Expedition 33, but I see that a lot, and I see people still talking about it, and me and my wife are like, oh, we're gonna get that eventually when it's on sale and we have the time, because everything I hear of that is really good. Looks really good.
Yeah.
But yeah. Enough of that. Let's talk about the games other than Marathon that we have been playing in April. We have a couple games. I want to start with Double D's. Dosa Divas, game from Outer Loop Games and published by Outer Sloth. That's from the Among Us developers Inner Sloth. They made their publishing branch Outer Sloth. So this is one of the games coming out of that. They announced that at the Summer Games Fest 2 years ago, I think. Cool with that. They made Thirsty Suitors, correct? That's the other game.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Which was good. Loved it. It was in my top 10 that year when it came out.
Yeah. So you were already into this, going to be getting this. I hopped into it as well. But I want to start with you. Tell me a little bit about your experience with Dosa Divas. Have you beaten it? What do you like about it? How you talk about it?
Yeah. Dosa Divas is a game I went into wanting to thoroughly enjoy more than I sadly did. You mentioned it already, Thirsty Suitors. Loved that game. The idea behind it, the charm behind it, the characters. I still think back to some of their mannerisms and Dala, your main character's father, at times. Just like A+ acting, comedy relief, great all the way around. So when they signed this deal with Outer Sloth to help with publishing and stuff, I'm like, oh, cool. This will maybe lead to a more solid experience, more well-rounded experience. And sadly, it is more of the same while trying to go into new genre-specific things that don't quite hit. Dosa Divas, you are Samara and her sister Armini, who has returned home recently, out on a journey to essentially reunite your family for a meeting. Your sister came back with big news she wants to share. Your third sister, who you find throughout the story has been essentially the black sheep of the family, has become this evil, greedy corporate CEO who has essentially turned food into ready-to-eat tube packets and taken the love and care and social aspect of food and meals out of the equation, essentially, to turn the land to her bidding, to her corporation. Very far-fetched idea that they dig into over and over, and you really need to lean deep into the idea of this being like a meaningful thing to hit. It's an okay time. It's another turn-based RPG. You have 3 characters throughout the story that all have, I think, up to 3 or 4 moves they can unlock and learn that follow the Paper Mario QTE thing, where toss this dish out, hits them, hit A as it comes back, keep ricocheting it back and forth, which is really cool. Like, it works until you unlock a move for your other character, and it's just a different name of that same attack, doing the same thing over and over. And then it happens with the third one. You essentially just have 3 characters that you build out with health stat or health, attack, and magic power that all have the exact same abilities at the end of the day, that you're continuously forced into not wildly counter fights, but these aimless battles that don't really feel rewarding. Beating them doesn't feel rewarding. Leveling up doesn't feel rewarding. To get to the next story point in this story that is so far-fetched and did not grab me the way I wanted it to.
Yeah, I can kind of echo a little bit about the story. Still early in for me. I can't really do much about the full game at all. Um, but I was wanting the story to grab me more. It really does feel like you're kind of in. Here you go. We're just telling you the stuff, and we're starting, and that works in a lot of ways. Um, but there's just something that doesn't get my attention. There is just something missing, right? It was missing an ingredient, bringing in the food element. Still really love games that use food. Food is so cool. We all eat food, hopefully. I don't want to get into food and insecurity. I was like, my brain was like, oh shit, why are you going now there? um, yeah, and so that's like a really cool thing. I think the little message being, corporatizing your childhood stuff, like corporatizing what you love and your nostalgia, like that's a theme. But again, it's like kind of what I'm taking and grabbing from it and reading into things as opposed to it doing it well. And again, I'm still early. But the food stuff I like. I still really like the here's the people, they need something, okay, let me make some food for them real quick, go into the menu, do the food. I wish the mini games were a little more. I think that could be expanded upon. Man, it doesn't need to be Cooking Mama, but Cooking Mama isn't that difficult. Like I would love a little more stuff other than just timing based and like run circling the dial and like keeping the thing in the middle. It's like, all right, I turned off some of the QTE events specifically because like I was getting frustrated playing on Switch. Maybe it was the Joy-Con I was using. I only have one, but I couldn't get some of them that was using the stick. So I was like, I'm done. I just want to play the game for the story.
That spinning one, I don't think I got a perfect on it the entire playthrough I did. Also playing on Switch. Every other one had no issues, but that one, I just could not. I was barely getting it halfway some of the times. Like, I was convinced it was an error on there at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. But there's not this, I think the game overall, it seems like it's a good to okay game, mechanically, technically, and all that all together. But there's a lot of charm in it. Again, the food being not thematic, but based in a culture that Kyle, am not familiar with, is interesting, and it's always cool to learn different stuff in that angle of it. So always will shout out games for trying that. But yeah, just wanted a little more so far from the gameplay and the story.
Some things to people are interested. The mini games stuff for cooking are tied to most of the main quests and all the side quests. You'll come to a village where everyone's essentially like worked as slaves and they're tired and hungry. So your way of fixing things is making them meals, and they'll tell you what they want. And you have to go out in the world, gather ingredients. What I like about that, though, to make it not feel like as much of a chore, if you need one meal and you cook it, it'll usually give you 2 or 3 extra that you get to keep on you. You get your quest item and then get your extras to have as a stash for your own healing upgrades. Really good.
Yeah, I like that.
There was a few times in the third area specifically where the ingredients you need, I was stuck in a loop of I physically need to sit here and wait for 2 to 3 minutes for stuff to start respawning because the spawn time for these things are so low, and I was out of scrap, I believe is the currency, to go buy instant regrowth things from the shopkeeper. So I was like, this is aggravating to even want to finish these quests right now when I'm just literally waiting for stuff to regrow. That doesn't feel the best.
No. Yeah.
Real quick too, on Switch at least, I did also have
anything else on Dosa Divas?
Yeah, I did also have on Switch a couple instances of UI bugging out where if I was fighting 3 enemies and they did their attack, like text boxes and stuff would be halfway cut off the screen, like physically wouldn't be fit on the screen, which shit happens to me all the time. I'm used to it. So some things like that. I did have one spot I got stuck in the environment. Yeah, it's I think 14, 15 hours is where I ended up at. I did end up completing it. I just wanted more. I wanted more critiquing and fine-tunement. Even little stuff like the menus are just the most basic purple boxes that were also used in Thirsty Suitors at times. And I'm like, come on, we couldn't like
Yeah.
polish some of this up at the end of the day.
Yeah. I hear you out there. Do you think I think you kind of answered that actually with your last statement. So, or do you have a score you want to give this?
Honestly, I'm at out of 5, like a 2.5, a 2, which sucks.
Yeah.
I was very hyped for this. I am almost glad I didn't play the demo on Steam when Steam Next Fest was happening, because I don't think I would have picked it up afterwards, which is not a good thing to say. I just hope next game, if you stick with the RPG stuff, spend some more time on combat, spend some more time on fine tuning, spend some more time on almost everything, and really nail it, because the pieces are still here, and just not a fully finished thing I want to experience.
It sounds like they took a half step forward, and where it could have been a full, and in some cases, like maybe not even that. But
yeah,
all right, 2. Hey, 2 out of 5, a low score doesn't mean it's a bad game. You got to explore the scale, so the 5s, big ones mean something.
everything's a 5 here. We're not negative on anything.
We had been hanging up there. All right, let's move on. From food to pot.
Woo!
Double Fine. New online multiplayer pottery party brawler Kiln has been out. We've hopped in, we've played it, we've made the pottery, we've played the rounds, we've taken the water in and splashed it into fire. We played, and then like a week later, yesterday we played a little more, and that's the first time I hopped into it since we played previously. I'll talk a little first here. I really do like Kiln for what it is. The game being 2 parts of it, having the first part being a pottery simulator. You're making pots, they're on the pottery wheel, you're shaping it, and then you're upgrading to eventually get different tools to kind of be a little more in control of how your pottery looks. You're unlocking decorations, your glazes, so you can color it. That's really cool, and it's incredibly fun. And I wish it wasn't locked. All the customization wasn't locked behind the levels, because you have to play the party or the fighting mode, which is the part I am not that into. But you have the pottery making, and then you have the pottery or the party brawler aspect. 4v4, your goal is to collect water and then go to the enemy team's kiln and use that water to put it out. 3 lives and then you're done. This is where I get frustrated more so. If you're good, you're good. If your team's good, you're good. But other than that, I get it's just that's the part I'm not into. But I don't need to put that in here right now. I'm not. Great time, good time. How do you feel about Kiln? You're the Double Fine person. Me, loosely follow them. Hopped in the keeper for like a minute or 2, hop back out. It's a fun time. I don't know what comes of it. How are you feeling?
It's again, not to be low, but even coming into Kiln, I was not most excited for what Double Fine is known for, with their stories and emotional deep dives into character growth and all these other things. I think I said our first session, Kiln feels like a PS2 era party game, or something that would be part of a collection and not its own fully fledged out thing, which, to be fair, still yet to be seen. They do have a roadmap out. There's new modes coming. There's new stuff coming. If we get there, it's an okay time. Combat issues I had in the demo are still there. I wish there were still defense options, because the amount of times you can just get stun locked. And it's the type of game where it's not a shooter. It's not an Overwatch. It's not a marathon where, we can maybe turn this around if we come in a different direction. You can almost very quickly tell within the first 30, 40 seconds if you're winning a game based off of how the other people are playing. If they're in sync with attacks, if they have people defending their kiln, if they have X, Y, and Z going on, which is hard to correlate with a random group of 4. But it's here. I wish Double Fine the best. I hope they are deep in the next newer big project. I loved Keeper, but Keeper to Kiln back to back is maybe the lowest I think they've been release wise in a long time. So
this is anecdotally, right?
yeah.
Yeah, because it's not. I think outside of, I haven't heard anything bad about Kiln at all. I've heard very little bad about Keeper.
I've heard very little about Kiln in general.
But I guess that's the thing, right?
It's a flash in the pan, pun intended. But the flash is like trying to get there and it's not quite heated up yet.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, there's that side of it, the looking at a bigger picture of like, what does this mean for a studio? I think if you look at Keeper and Kiln, those are game jam games. Hey, we just got off of Psychonauts 2. We're working on a third. We're working on our next bigger game. We're kind of stuck before we go full in. Let's get the juices going. Those make sense. You have two little niche projects that, hey, we might see how they relate to a bigger project later on. But like it's kind of really cool, and not thinking about the economics in the current industry, where it's at. Why the hell would we not want studios to make games like this and take swings like this and it like this, right? Especially with a service like Game Pass. Will I keep hopping into this daily, weekly? I don't know. Probably not. I didn't know they had a roadmap. The fact that they have a roadmap is really cool. I'm already looking for the next mode. So will I hop in for the next mode a couple months from now? Oh, hell yeah. Give me something other than other than spray water on fire. Yeah, I'm going to hop in and see it. Add more pottery, add more tools, add some different things to do with the pots. Yeah, like I could see that eventually, but I see how that builds out Game Pass. But now we have to obviously we can't ignore the reality. How many people are playing this on the daily? This thing is on everywhere. How long will it have a player base? Does it hurt the studio? I don't know. It's weird. It's similar to Marathon. Everyone's playing, like people who play it say it's really good. Kiln, I'm not hearing bad things. Didn't hear a bad thing about Keeper, but for some reason, it's like everyone's looking at it like, well, we all know, right? It's not going to last, and that sucks because there's no reason this should not last.
It's
even just exist.
It's that prime, like you said, Game Pass thing where this was the original dream for Game Pass, was to have that safety net for studios to make their passion projects without fear of financial backlash. And now that we're here and those projects maybe aren't what everyone wanted or were expecting or thinking it was going to be something else isn't hitting, it's kind of like a weird in the middle of the road situation where like, shit, this is what we've been championing and this is what we've been talking about, but now that we have it, it's not quite what we want, you know? Like,
yeah. And then you wonder about the economics. We know some games are based off of hours, not based off Tar Howard saying we're one of the top Game Pass hour holders.
Yep.
That makes me think that's how they measure a lot of it. So is it X amount of hours? Boom, that triggers a pay. Like, boom, that's $40, the full game price. You get that if one user plays a certain amount. Like, okay, interesting. But I just don't know, you know? Like, how much money did this take to make? Is it really a big loss? I don't think so. I think it puts the brand forward. If Keeper and Kiln didn't exist, I think it would be a lesser world. I need to go play like Keeper. Like it's my own ADHD getting in the way there of like, I'll get to it eventually. It's like, no, I need to go play it. I need to give it a real try because like that's what I want out of games.
Let those tears flow, my friend.
Oh, maybe I'm not ready then.
Damn. I mean, it's fine. Again, yeah. Kiln is, it's what, a $20 game if you're not on Game Pass. So, like, do I think it's worth checking out if you have Game Pass? Absolutely. Like, be there right now to see if it's something that you would jive with. On other platforms, though, it's a toss-up. If you would enjoy this. You want to put the time and effort into it. Yeah, $20.
They had a ton of marketing for it too. They had multiple events where they had people come out and do pottery with them. I think they have some backing behind it. I think there is like enough support to be like, this isn't going to be taken off in a week, in a month. Like, I think people are realistic with Kiln and Keeper. I think people were realistic. I don't think it did as well as they would have hoped. Anyways, we're talking about stuff we don't even know, like metrics and shit. We have no data on that.
Which, side note, to be fair though, Xbox hasn't. Have they closed down like a newer online game? Like they haven't had a Concord situation yet. Like every live service thing they've given a roadway for to take that time to flourish, right? At least off the top of my head.
Yeah. Let me just click on the publisher real quick.
Remember, kids, Xbox is bad.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, no, I mean, Grounded being one. Towerborn was in early access and then dropped, but now it's a single player game. So they didn't cancel the game being multiplayer, but they pivoted it. So like that'd be the most recent thing. But as I'm going through, yeah, all these multiplayer things, Grounded being dungeons. You know, Xbox has stood by their shit. Damn. Huh.
Good job, Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you got to be realistic. But we know that you were worried about Kiln from the beginning. You're like, how is this the thing to do size wise? And like this, but if you already know it's not, this is something that's going to be small and hopefully grow because we're a dope pottery thing. We're nothing more. Like that's what we are.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. Yeah. Weird little discussion on Kiln all over the place. It's a good game. It's a really, really fun game. I am really hopeful to see a cool evolution of it. New modes. I just need new modes. New maps wouldn't do it for me. I guess if the maps were really cool, or maybe they do like 4 teams instead of just 2, like that would be a new mode though. But it's one of those things that you see the potential for more, and bringing up the fact that Xbox hasn't jumped ship too fast on games or at all. Multiplayer stuff doesn't mean instead give me the Master Chief, like where are the ins, you know, the full-on
missed opportunity.
Well, but you get there eventually. Let the game speak for itself and then you add in later.
Give me, when Forza Horizon comes out, give me a Forza pack and Kiln where I can put tires on my plot so it looks like I'm zooming around the place. It'd be great.
Oh, yes. Do the steering wheel.
Yeah.
It'll look like a mud flap. Yeah. Guys, even this, like we could talk probably for the rest of the episode on what they could add to Kiln just for fun, right? And like there's something there. It's creative as all hell. We got stuck talking about the business of it, which is sad and it sucks because that's where the industry is. But this is a video game, and I can't wait for my daughter to get more like abilities to like use a controller and do it because I think she'd have fun with this, just like sloshing it around.
Yeah, I can see that.
Maybe not the fighting though. All right, that's Kiln. We'll see if we talk about Kiln as much as we talk about Marathon.
I would be shocked.
A game that I have not, I have not touched at all, and I honestly don't think I'm going to touch this game at all. But you have beaten it, and you've gotten the 1,000 gamer score.
1,000 gamer score in 8 days. Started the day I got back from vacation, and I finished it up this past Thursday, the 30th, 31st.
Yeah, that's crazy. We were talking about Vampire Survivors, the spin-off new. Oh, Crawlers. Yes, you're sorry. I did write Survivors on this. Vampire Crawlers, the spin-off of Vampire Survivors. Card game roguelite out now on Game Pass if you have that. I haven't touched it. So you tell me all about your 8-day addiction.
Vampire Crawlers, I'll be honest. Right now, where we're at in 2026, my front runner for game of the year. Vampire Crawlers, I'm taking right from their description on the Switch eShop because talking about it is a hard thing to put into words, is simply about snowballing turn-based carnage. Play cards in ascending mana order to last land combos. Each step multiplies the next card's effect. Use wilds to extend the stack and keep going. Do 10, 20, 30 hit combos, which puts into base tense of what the game is. You start with the deck. Cards have any range from 0, 1, 2, 3. If you play a 0 whip card that does X amount of damage into a Ruin Tracer card that costs 1 mana, that Ruin Tracer will be multiplied damage. If you play a 2 cost card after that, keeps multiplying, so on and so forth. So you're trying to continuously build your deck around these increasing number increments. There's some stuff in the middle where you can make your combo go downwards to keep it extended even further. So you can go from a 2 to a 1 to a 0 back to a 1. Like, a lot of fun stuff in there that takes the randomness I felt a lot with Vampire Survivors out of the equation, where upgrades and unlocking and getting all this stuff in Vampire Survivors felt like a dice roll, where with this, it is more forward of, oh, if you build daggers into this, you'll get this. If you build Ruin Tracer with an armor, you'll get this. Like, it's more laid out for you. It's more straight-lined path of where you need to go, what you need to do. Just love it. I love it. Kyle, when you stepped away, I said this right now is my front runner for game of the year, which is wild.
That's crazy.
I don't see a lot of people talking about it, which is crazy coming off of Vampire Survivors, which won 3 BAFTAs and was this huge, like, cultural thing on the indie scene and has a whole fan base of its own and all the shit going on. But I don't know. The card-based aspect's awesome. I loved the experimentation of it. The very few downsides I could point out are the difficulty spikes at the end of the game. The last 2 levels, I probably spent a day on each just trying to beat once. Even with builds I was using before of multiply the amount of projectiles on screen by like 1,000 and my game would chug and slow down. Like, felt good, and going through earlier levels, just one-hitting everything like that was cool. And then you're doing that same thing in the last couple levels, and you're barely doing damage. You're barely touching them. You're barely doing shit. You're like, damn, I need to rethink what I've been doing or dive in more to skills and abilities that I otherwise wasn't paying attention to. And it has you really think and try and plan out and think about what you need for your ideal run and how to set that up in your favor.
It's crazy that this is like your front runner in a great way, and it's cool to see. I mean, I remember they announced this. It was like, oh, okay, they're doing this. The fact that it hit, really cool. I wonder if it will grow slowly or if this is just going to be like a sophomore slump, not from they didn't make a good enough game, but just like people are like, all right, we know what it is, you know. If it just like not dips out, but doesn't hit as hard just because it's just another Vampire Survivors game.
Yeah, it's weird because, like I said, with the popularity Survivors had, Brawlers, I'm trying to pull up now because this I think is my best percentage completion I have on my Xbox account now. But like, using true achievements, not that many people are being tracked for it. But right now it's got 35,497 people tracked. Out of the 1,120 that had finished it, I was 993, just to pat myself on the back. But yeah, only 32,000 people. I was expecting a lot more, especially being a Game Pass game. But
is that automatic tracking and it just tracks when achievements pop?
I think it's based like that does the Xbox thing, or if you log into a game, it'll appear on your account, so it like hits it then and then continues after you start unlocking achievements. Again, that's not okay. You have to voluntarily be in it. You have to be in the service. Like, it's not gonna don't check your account regularly. But yeah, it could just be it's so many places that people are playing it elsewhere. It's on mobile, Switch, PlayStation, Steam, Xbox, like literally everywhere you could play a game. So maybe that's part of it. I would definitely expect to see updates to this with the amount of free DLC Survivors is getting. Almost every showcase of, oh, here's a Castlevania thing, here's an Among Us thing, here's this, and this, have fun for free updates. And then they did like 2 or 3 full paid expansions for it. I could see the same thing here, which I would love, just to see what they could think of for card combos and how to bring in new ideas to mesh with old things. Like, possibilities are endless. But mine's running all the time. It's my addiction. I love this game. 5 out of 5.
Wow, jeez, you're really exploring the scale today.
Oh, good.
Love it, man. Looked up Steam database. All-time peak on Steam for Vampire Crawlers was 45,000. So that's on pace for thinking about an Xbox. Through achievements, opting into that being at 32,000. Okay, make assumptions from there.
Yeah.
So again, it's everywhere. It's not the most expensive game. It's on Game Pass, so you'd imagine it's a split player base all over.
Yeah, and I think some of that too is like you look at Survivors and how easy that was to jump into. You're just walking around. You're not doing anything else. You're automatically picking up things. You're automatically doing attacks and damage. Where this is a little bit more thought-inducing and makes you put more time into it. That casual audience, I don't think, is going to look at and be like, oh, I can easily hop into this, where they see all this crazy shit happening and how to get there. Like, this does have kind of a barrier to entry that Survivors did not.
Yeah, that's a good point. It really is just Survivors just drops you. Yeah. It's a very simple game. It has depth. All right. Oh, 5 out of 5 for Vampire Crawlers. Wouldn't have predicted that. Awesome to see, though, from Punkle. Coming off of their hit game. Jeez, that's crazy. Good for them. I want to talk quickly about game updates. Give you a break so you don't immediately talk about another game I have not touched. I want to talk about Starfield, their Free Lanes update, and the Terran Armada. You have been able to play Starfield like this from base, would have been something else. I wouldn't have changed it. I love my experience with Starfield, but the free update especially just makes it a more rounded piece as opposed to having some clunkiness. People complain in Starfield about the loading screens and everything. I mean, it's a game. It is what it is. It's not that bad. However, the cruise mode in Free Lanes changes space travel, where yesterday I hopped in and I was like, I gotta travel around and just use cruise mode so I can talk again. I'm like, it really does change fundamentally how you can approach using your ship, and you really can live in it. But again, you have to kind of opt into that. And like, that's what Bethesda game, right? They here's stuff and you go do what you want. I really love that. You can make your own story, have your own world. My character is Cena. He was a former bouncer. Now he's punching everyone using swords, but he's realizing, hey, maybe I need to use some other weapons. And now we're training up that. It's like, I'm making this in my head, right? Like I need to add a ship part, a cargo bay, because I want to haul more cargo around because wants to do that, right? I can get into the narrative for me. Like, no one does that. Like, no other, I don't have a game that has done that other than Bethesda games, and Fallout 4 didn't do it. Starfield did. But this update isn't anything crazy. It's not a Starfield 2.0. Talking about Terran Armada, it's fine. It's cool. It adds decent stuff, but nothing revolutionary. So I'm intrigued to see the next thing for Starfield, like I was after Shattered Space, which I'm kind of bummed about. I was hoping Terran Armada could have added, and they did, but I would have wanted more ship parts, more customization, more of that. And they did add it, but it's just not enough. It's just one faction of stuff and a couple other parts. And overall, good, but I wanted more. Perfectly adequate update for that.
But obviously,
a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't gotten nearly as much time. I think I got through the first like major mission for Terran Armada on that main quest line. Dinked around with some other things, knocked out some old achievements.
Yeah.
with what they've added, obviously you were a Starfield purist when that came out. Loved it. Great timing for you. Like everything around that release. Does having these updates later hit in a way that you're enjoying them, or are you in any sort of crossroads? You're like, damn, I wish this was here day one instead of having to come back to it later on.
No, I don't feel too strongly about that. I think, really, I think like being critical of it, these updates should have been a part of it, but realistically, they couldn't have been, and that's just me being someone not making games, a fan. Hindsight 2020, right? Let's be realistic about that statement. But yeah, I don't want to. It's still Starfield, and I still love it. I think it just puts more questions in my mind of where they're going. Are they done with it? Is it just going to rely? Is Starfield the creation spot for people, and then we're moving on to 6? I mean, they're already doing a new creation engine 3 for Elder Scrolls. Sorry, not just. I just said for 6. Yeah, I just am more intrigued about the future of it. Right? Why is there not a NASA Artemis thing in Starfield? What? That rocket just ran around the moon and came back. How is there not something already there? Right? So I'm like, okay, I don't think we're gonna get that type of updates outside of from Bethesda. So I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see. There should be a whole NASA themed workshop pack, like parts that look straight up like they're made by NASA. Like, come on, like it's right there. Get the European Space Agency too. Like those are companies that worked with Starfield on realism at some point in their development. So like bring them back in, have some fun. I don't think we're getting that. That has to be a mod. So.
You would hope. I think I'm double checking before I say something that's not true.
There's still that multiplayer rumored.
What's what I'm. Fallout 4 had like 3, I guess.
Fallout 4 had a lot.
Yeah, but I'm talking like the main ones. Like they had Far Harbor and then like Nuka World, and then the rest were all like creation stuff of like building and like little things like that. I'm like, so you would assume we're getting at least one more major story expansion like update for this. You would hope.
See, I don't know, because the premium edition, when you bought it, came with 2 DLCs, and we got them.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, or I'm pretty sure it came with 2, or they added Terran Armada, but I'm pretty sure when it was bought, it was like, you get the next 2 DLCs. It might have been 1, and they were like, we'll just throw this in. Either way, like, I mean, I guess Wasteland Workshop in Fallout 4, and that was the robot one, and then Automatons had its own quest line. The Wasteland Workshop, I think, had a quest line that wasn't crazy. I mean, maybe Terran Armada could be one of these, actually, and we could get a bigger story. I would hope so. I would hope we get more Starborn stuff. Going through the Unity, changing your universe, spoilers, everybody. Doing all that is so cool, but I think you can gamify that at this point and make it give you more choice. Also, there's like 7-10 options of different universes. Come on. Bump that up. We need like 50. We need like come on. Like everything's the same, but I don't know. Just like you need to have fun with it. I would hope that. But anyways, I could ramble about Starfield for too long. That's a quick update. Really good. I'm not probably going to put that much more time into it in the current moment, given stuff going on, other games and whatnot. When I have been playing it, I'm just getting pulled into old content. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to go do this to do this. It's like, oh yeah. Oh, I forgot I had a workshop here. I forgot I had an outpost to get aluminum. Oh yeah, I needed to actually go do the outpost to get the other thing, because I'm not even playing new content. So Starfield's done for now. Odds we see any type of news of Starfield from Starfield about Starfield in the June showcase?
0.
I'm gonna agree with you. I think there's probably 0 mention, or just like a creation update. Maybe they have creations from people like mods and whatnot. That's the minimum. I just don't think there's anything.
I take that back. There'll be a 1, because they're going to do their usual where they have like, it used to be P. Hines would come out and be like, we at Bethesda have been hard at work on X, Y, and Z title. They'll mention it there. They'll say Starfield once, but that's it. That's all you're getting.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't count.
So like loophole wise.
Yeah. No, I want to know if I want content, but yeah, I agree. All right. Diablo 4 update real quick. Dude, that skill tree. Whoa. That's great. I can't wait to play more of it. I'm too early, but they really that seeing the skill tree, like they added so many new nodes. It's not just choose one and then choose one or one, and then maybe you get 3 or 4 other options off of that. It's like it's like a tree with big branches and little ones as opposed to a tree with branches. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you, I mentioned a while back I had downloaded Diablo 4 because I want to get into it. I was scrolling threads a couple days ago and I had something pop up where I literally almost got in and dropped $50 off the rip.
Oh my god!
Because
really?
in their new thing, they got World of Warcraft cosmetic crossover that brings back the tier 2 armor sets from 19 years ago in Warcraft as like transmogs for Diablo 4. Holy shit. I saw my Nemesis Raiment Warlock 2 set pop up. I'm like, that's so goddamn clean. I have such nostalgia for this. I have the original pieces from back in the day still in my character bank. One of the only things I have not deleted because getting like this helm especially was such a major thing back then. I'm like, this is mine. No one's gonna have this. This is my own treasure. Like, you can get this in Diablo now? Bro, this looks sick.
I was playing a little before I saw that and I was like, that's cool. And I exited and I kept playing my game. I love stuff that just never played WoW that way.
It looks so good. The Warlock one. Like,
it's cool. Diablo, finally they started doing it. They got Doom in last week, I feel, a couple weeks ago, and now they have World of Warcraft. It's such an easy quick win just to have these type of crossovers. Of course, they're making bank off of it, which is kind of a bummer.
They got mounts too?
Yeah, they got a lot. This is where your Game Pass subscription could benefit. Like, I should be able to get one of those for free. I should, I should be able to, hey, over time, I'm going to be able to know I can get something like that for free. Like, I don't care what, maybe it's Fallout, maybe it's Elder Scrolls, Starfield, correct? Whatever. Like, let me be able to, you're going to put a battle pass? Let me use my Game Pass for that. Not Fortnite.
Not Fortnite.
Anyways, we'll see if how much more me and my wife play of Diablo 4. But I just wanted to talk about that skill tree because boy, that's not just like this isn't just like a simple update. If you've hopped off the game and you're like, this is one to hop back into. It's kind of a new game in a way. At least there's new progression.
I'm all
and 2 new
about
classes, Warlock and Paladin. Fun.
See, the Warlock class is there for my Warlock armor set.
That's what I'm saying.
Pieces are there.
You're ready to hop in. Synergy,
baby. How many people you have in a party? If we were to 4, I was like, so we could have 2 Hannahs, Jocko and a Kyle. Party up.
I think so.
Ooh,
at least 3, at least 2.
Like it. I like it.
Diablo 4 parties. When I look at that, they're not. Yeah, 4 players. That makes sense. Do it. Let's talk about another game that I just didn't really care about. Mouse PI for Hire coming from Movie Games. This is one that was shown like so long ago. Felt like a way smaller niche thing, and then I don't know what they were always aiming to be bigger, or they got a bunch of money or something. They get Troy Baker involved, and boom, it's a big game, and it's crazy. It's a noir game based. The style is essentially the old Mickey Mouse Steamboat Willie cartoons. Since that Creative Commons is now in the Creative Commons. Doom style gameplay, super stylized. How did you like your time with this? Because it came out on my timeline in my algo, really disappeared pretty quickly. And we haven't talked too much about it. So how did you enjoy your time with Mouse PI?
Yeah, Mouse
You didn't
PI.
beat it.
I have not. Mouse PI is another one, came out when I was on my vacation. I picked it up about halfway through once I finished Dosa Divas, just so I could focus one at a time. And I was surprised to come back from vacation and start catching up on news because I tried media blackout. Um, the just the amount of negativity for Mouse PI and people wanting more, um, which I fall very much along the same lines of after I believe 12, 13 hours probably right now. Um, Mouse PI, like I said, is a game that excels at its rubber hose art style and is realistically the main attention grabber. It is what's going to catch your eye right away. It is what is going to bring you in. And that is held up on a pedestal on the backs of mediocre gunplay, very weak character design, not art style wise, but the characters themselves, who they are, their ideals, their intentions,
Yeah.
and just a gameplay loop that doesn't super vibe with me. Um, with the noir detective style, I've seen a lot of people thinking they were getting an LA noir type game, something that had detective elements. This is very much a boomer shooter Doom clone at its core, without the fun gimmicks during gunfights to make them worthwhile. Doom Eternal came out, we had the shield, you're deflecting, you got all the shit going on. Mouse leads you to combat rooms where you're more than not just walking backwards away from enemies, hitting them 3 times to drop them, maybe kicking them to drop a shield in between. Boss fights, you are every one I've had so far, I'm walking counterclockwise, shooting backwards just to avoid very minimal attacks, occasionally hiding behind a wall that appears for an unblockable thing. It's just not satisfying. I wish there was more abilities like the shield, or like obviously one fit here contextually, but more things to interact with. I have gotten like hover with your tail, which helps with puzzles and jumping, I guess. Or you can use it as like a hook to swing from random things that fell from the heavens to swing off of. Doesn't help with the combat and is just for an occasional you can't come here yet, come back later type scenario. Like so much they could have. If they put as much time and the gameplay and other things as they did the art style and presentation, this would be a banger. But right now, I'm just kind of like, I'll get to it when I play it. I think my longest session so far has been 3 hours, and I had to put it down. Like I've not been super invested or really wanting to get back into it or put the time into it that I wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking up the studio. It seems like this is their first game from Fumi Games. And yeah, and you know, this is where you get some leeway, you know, a new studio. Clearly they had the vision of what this game looked like, right? And that's what they go for. So hopefully they get to do some type of, I would love to see a sequel, a Mouse 2. 2 PIs for hire. Mouse 2 PI for hire. There you go. Go with the Fast and Furious naming structure. And yeah, tighten up the gunplay, tighten up the characters. Like, it's a bummer hearing that the story and the characters weren't enough for you, didn't grab you enough, because that to me is what would carry. It is what needs to carry it for me, and what I would have hoped this game would have done. With this style and this art, you better be a really cool detective cartoon story or be a really dark detective story, and they happen to be cartoons. Either way, but you can't not have that be good.
Yeah.
So
you
the
could
gunplay, if it's serviceable, it's fine. You know, you can get past that. If it's really good, you can get past the story. But having story and gunplay not be enough, I don't think art can carry games enough like that. Not yet, at least. Who knows? Maybe one day.
Yeah. It sucks because you can see if they would have just taken this different path, the story probably would have handled a lot better. The way it's set up, so like you do your first main mission and you're getting these clues to this overarching thing you're trying to solve, and you take them back to your office and you doing on screen here. You're putting them up on a clipboard, putting wires, strings attached, Always Sunny style, freaking out about what's connected to what. And you're like, okay, cool, this is what we're doing. And then the next mission takes you somewhere entirely else that's not related, where one little picture or something you pick up may be tied into that initial case you just did. But other than that, it's its own separate thing. And then you go to your third area and it does the same thing. And then finally you wrap back into a mission that may be tied to that first mission you did again. So it's like all these little stories they're trying to do at the same time, but are so spread out to get you to the final thing that ties them all together that I was forgetting who characters were. The way the art style is, some of the main characters are looking exactly the same. And I'm like, who are you? I don't remember what this was tied to. Just weird decisions they made that it could have been awesome. It could have been, this is what we're doing, bam, 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 instead of, oh, here, A, B, Z, Q, like, just a weird decision.
Yeah. Well, here's hoping for the best for them. Hopefully. The style's so cool. There's something there, obviously. It's just, hopefully they can. Do you have a score for this?
Not really, just yet. I don't know. If I had to guess, I'm probably just under halfway, maybe at half.
Yeah.
Right now, another 2-5-3 in that area, and I don't see anything dramatically changing to be like, oh shit, this is where we're cooking. This is where, hands off the brake, we're going full steam ahead. Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
But about where I'm at with that right now. Again, when I got back into it, the last session I did a couple nights ago, I could be a memory leak issue, but I was having ground textures pop in and out when I would enter a new zone, which is really throwing me off. And I'm like, I don't know where to walk because the ground's not here and you have to wait a second. But like after that, I was like, I'm just gonna leave this for a while. Now it's back on marathon, so.
Yep. All right, well, sounds good. We'll see if you ever get back to that.
We'll see. With the way May's shaken out, I would be surprised. I'm still working on Tiny Bookshop on the side, still working on Pocopia on the side. Like, Mouse is the least of my yearning right now.
Yeah. All right, well, a game that came out years ago, but since we've talked last week, I have started and beaten full Assassin's Creed. That is Assassin's Creed Rogue. We didn't talk about it last week, but Assassin's Creed Black Flag resynced, fully, officially announced, shown off. I look so good. I didn't realize how much I was waiting and wanting that and wanting to replay Black Flag until the music hits. Not even just the shanties, but the music of it all. The trailer, it's just like, oh yeah, I have a lot of nostalgia for this game. And I just saw AC Rogue sitting on Ubisoft Plus, just sitting there. It's the only AC game I never touched, so I played it and beat it this week. And what a ripoff of Black Flag! What a weird game! What a game that most likely was made so you didn't abandon the player base on the 360, but you couldn't put Black Flag on or whatever game couldn't run on the 360. I forget which one. I think it was Unity at the you just had to serve that base, and you reused all the textures and stuff. It's totally fine, but man, if you are waiting for Black Flag, don't replay it. Don't replay it. Wait for the remake. Just try Rogue, because they put you right into battles that you get a ship so quick. You're just on the seas in the Atlantic Ocean almost right away, and it's like, oh, okay. This is what I want out of a game. I want to sail. I want to fight. It's great. You're not underpowered either. They're like, we're gonna make you strong enough so we know you're coming from Black Flag, and here's Rogue. Just have fun. It's great. Story subpar, nothing crazy. Totally fine. I wish I would have played it when it came out. Being so into AC, I really would have probably been like, whoa, we're playing as a Templar. But going back to it today, doesn't hold up well. Yeah, doesn't hold up well. But
I am 12 years ago is big and still shocker.
But I will. What doesn't hold up well? The sneaking, the combat, the player combat. That stuff doesn't work. Guess what? It's totally fine and still works. And honestly, it feels a little better than Skull and Bones, the most recent pirate game out of them. It's fucking the ship building or the ship fighting in Rogue. It's so good. The pirate fighting is so good. Like, it could be better, of course. You know, you can start boarding a ship and then the 5 other ships around you just stop and they don't attack you anymore. While you wait, you fight. You have to take out 15 crew members on the other ship. Then you heal your boat and then you're off. And it's like, that doesn't work. I'm in the middle of a sea battle. I shouldn't board and be able to heal my ship. It's a video game. I don't care. It's fun. I can't wait for Black Flag. Man, I cannot wait for Black Flag Resync now. I'm going to put ungodly amount of time into it. It sucks. I can't wait. I love it.
So
All
wild.
because of Assassin's Creed Rogue. A solid 2.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
You go
What
to
do you-
Paris? They're like, dude, you're just using textures from Unity. You're using textures from Assassin's Creed 3. It's just you're using every game. Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah, when I saw you playing this
That's
and you
just-
said you finished, I was like, what world are we in? Like, what happened to you? It's such a weird, like, of all the games to go back to and revisit, it was the
I think it makes a lot of
360
sense,
PS3 exclusive Assassin's Creed game, which was
I
such a
did play the
weird thing at the
remaster.
time, too. Like, that they did the split release in the same year. Weird.
yeah, and it was just they just were not sure of ditching their last gen, but they couldn't make it run on both. Weird, super weird, but I'm happy I did it because it got just enough of a palate, like enough of a taste, enough of an appetizer to be like, I'm good. I don't need to touch Black Flag until Resync comes out.
Did
You
you
don't have the modern day, which is sad, but hey, make it more streamlined. Hell yeah.
did you play Black Flag back in the day?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Here's some. See,
Yes.
my last one, I only
Loved
did
it.
1 and 2, and I didn't come back till Syndicate was the last one I played. Were there?
No, Black Flag was Unity was the last one I played. No, I lied. I played all but Rogue. I didn't beat Unity. I loaded up Unity sidebar. Last played it on my birthday, September 30th, 2015. 3 missions away from beating the game. Crazy. I think Destiny came out or something.
Here you are, backlogging it
and
up.
then I moved away from. Then it makes sense why I stopped playing it. Did not beat Syndicate though, but I got halfway through it. So that was where I stopped. Didn't beat it, but then did Origins. I was like, what's the Egyptian one? Origins. I couldn't
Origins,
think of it for a
yeah.
second.
Origins Odyssey.
Yeah, Origins-
Valhalla.
Anyway, yeah. So I'm excited to see, and I intrigued what they do. Are we going to get more remakes? You know, because going back and redoing all the Ezio story would be really cool. And it's so clunky now to go back. It's not good.
That would be the only other one I see them doing would be 2 and possibly Brotherhood's Revelations, right? Like, I don't think any of the other ones have that sort of draw forward to that people would come back like that for.
The only way you would redo one is if it's a part of a big collection. I think 1 was like not a proof of concept, but it was like, oh wait, we had something here, and then 2 is where they really found what Assassin's Creed is. What's his name? Jim Tasty's playing through Assassin's Creed 1 right now. So I was watching a little bit of that and I was like, oh, what an old game, man. That game looks rough. Man, like that one needs a full one. So yeah, I think it's just like AC2. The Ezio trilogy could easily be remade with stuff. But who knows? We'll see. That's probably what they're doing, honestly. Post Mirage. They got Black Flag. Like Ubisoft's just like, let's just kind of sit back and just remake shit, I bet. But that's it. That's AC Rogue. That's the games we played in May
The weird list.
or April. An eclectic list for sure.
Yeah.
And really, it was marathon for me. But yeah, dude. May now. We can talk quickly about this. May has a ton coming up. First one coming out in a couple days on Game Pass that I am 100% going to be hopping into. I have not wanted to see anything else of this game because I just want to experience it and just take every aspect of it in. And that is Mixtape from Beethoven and Dinosaur coming out May 7th. just excited. It's just three friends embark on one final adventure on their last night together, play through a mixtape of memories set to a soundtrack of a generation. Got music from Devo, Roxy Music, Lush, The Smashing Pumpkins, Iggy Pop, Sui, I don't know how to pronounce that, The Banshees, Joy Division, Cure, and many more. I mean, it's got a killer soundtrack. I love the Artful Escape, their game they made before that. So I expect this to just be an evolution of that. Hoping it hits. Yeah. Can't wait.
Yeah, I will be there day one as well. It's another one like 2 years ago Xbox Showcase this was revealed, and pretty much been AFK since then. Like I've not seen much of it since. I have not listened to anything about it. I'm not done. I know previews just came out yesterday. Have not dove into any of those. Like I want to go into this as completely blind as I can. And hopefully I'd never played Artful Escape. Like this will be my first thing with them, so I'm intrigued. I'll be there. I'll be playing.
Yeah, just the way they mix music in game and use music to uplift the emotion and the theme was really good in Artful Escape. And the fact that this is like licensed music that in the 80s, like that's all part of it. It should be. I'm expecting something fun. Yeah. Well, is that going to come out before next week or? Yeah, maybe we'll be able to do at least preview our first impressions of it. I don't know how long it's going to be. We'll see, but we'll talk about it next week for sure.
Yeah, so Thursday, 2 days before.
Let's see, and then next, got a different order here, but the next one coming out.
While you're looking real fast, also same day, which may take me away from it.
Oh, go for
My
it.
2 Point Museumers. Our next expansion pack is out on May 7th as well. The Artifacts DLC, whole new region again, 5-star mission to go through. You're now dealing with art and retrieving stolen art, finding missing art, creating your own. You can design your own and have it graded and increase rarity. I don't know what that entails or how wild it's going to be.
That's cool.
But yeah, new expansion coming out, and they're doing something really fun. I hope they continue in the future. I believe this weekend through when it comes out, you can play the first chapter of it for free right now without buying the expansion. So if you have 2 Point, you can check it out, see what the new stuff is, and decide then if you want to dive into it.
That's cool. All right. Well, yeah, coming up. I just have a couple that I wrote down that I'm into. I don't know if you have, or you'll call out stuff you have. A couple days after Mixtape, Supermassive Games finally is coming out with another game, and that is Directive 8020. Going back to Tau Ceti, my friend.
What's
Earth
the
is dying and humanity
reason?
is. Earth is dying and humanity is running out of time. 12 light years from home. Tau Ceti F offers a small sliver, I think it's 4, a sliver of hope when the colony ship Cassiopeia crash lands on the planet. Its crew soon realizes they are far from being alone. In space, death takes many forms. Of course, Supermassive Games was doing the Dark Pictures anthology games. The what are they called? I can't think of any of them. But anyways,
Corey.
Thank you. Until Dawn. That's not even the Dark Pictures ones, but
Yeah.
I just can't.
I'm not playing any of them, to be fair.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. These story game, you're making your choices. You choose your own path. Whatever your choices will have ramifications. I can't wait. I love space stuff. The trailer of it reminds me. Some of the vibes I get are from this book I read, and I don't know how far they'll go into it, but like, so good. So I'm excited. Hopefully, this like, I think the Quarry was okay. I don't think it was like tremendous, and I think the Dark Pictures games have been decent to okay. So I'm hoping this one is good. Right? I don't want it to be like it's cool if you like them. It's good if you choose the right path. Like it's cool. It's fun in a group. I want it to just be a good game. I want a good story. We'll see. But yeah, that's coming out later in May. You're not going to play it.
What?
I guess that's no.
No, sorry. I was.
You're good.
No,
Weird way of asking.
I wish I could get into these. God, Windows update, get out of here. I like I said, haven't touched any of them. I watched you play The Quarry, I believe, a little bit on Twitch. I don't know. To me, it's a good Game Pass thing if it ever came out. I don't see me spending money on it. Like it'd be a fun thing to play with girlfriend type thing, like we did with Dispatch.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't have the urge to hop into it.
Fair. I know you got the urge to hop into the next one. Coming out just a couple days after Directive 8020, Forza Horizon 6, the big one, the first big Xbox game, the first big four of the big four we think are coming out.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Rugrats Retro Rewind.
No.
Damn.
No. No, Forza. I mean, what do we say that isn't redundant at this point? It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. Can't wait to see it. And that's it. Gonna be hopping in and casually playing. We'll see if they do anything that changes the loop that gets me playing more than I have in the past. You know?
Yeah. When I was talking about Vampire Crawlers earlier, everything I said should have been said with a caveat, because that is my game of the year until May 19th drops. Or a couple days later when hopefully they do the premium edition upgrade. That will be getting that as well. Love the DLCs for these. Forza Horizon 6, my most anticipated. Can't wait to play. I'm not a car guy, but the vibes, the atmosphere, the feeling you get doing some of the spectacle races and events they have set up gives you this feeling like this ethereal out of body experience at times, which is wild to say for a game, but like the way the music hits at the right time as you go over a jump and it transitions to a cutscene into this new thing, like their presentation is industry leading for what they do. I can't wait. I've seen people post the opening sequence race that they have, avoiding it. I said that'll probably be my moment of the year, just loading into that. Like, I'm an emotional baby. There'll be a tear. Like, it's gonna be a beautiful experience. I can't wait.
Yeah. Now, in the setting and the music cues in the setting in Japan, like, yeah, it's gonna hit hard. It's gonna be good. Calling out their production and how they time stuff in races, in game, in the showcases, having the music hit, having it slow down at the right point. They're really good at that. I like that you highlighted that because you don't think about that, but it is the production that they're doing. It's top-notch shit right there. Unless you miss the jump and then it gets real awkward.
You just gotta hit Y. Hit Y, go back a little bit, and you're right there again, you know?
Yes,
no one saw that. No one saw that.
No one. Everyone's like, what just happened? But yeah, so you can play 4 days early if you pay $120.
Oh, do they have? Is there a premium edition upgrade like they've done before?
I'm on Steam, so that's just
okay.
Yeah, should be fun. Should be good. I mean, I expect it, but that's not the game I'm most interested at a playground. So I'll have to wait. Interested, but not most. I'm waiting for Fable.
The upgrade bundle $60.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
For Car Pass, Expansion 1, Expansion 2, VIP, which is the weekly, monthly free stuff, Time Attack Car Pack, Italian Passion Car Pack, and Welcome Pack.
Which I guess DLCs,
those are like 2025. Yeah, so
that we talked about it when they announced it because that's the pricing from the whole time. Yeah, you can justify it. It definitely makes sense. It just is still like, man, even when I have Game Pass, I'm still dropping $60 on a game, and maybe that's the path forward. They can, if Xbox can make that our games are on Game Pass, but we also have DLC that will be coming, and you still have to drop like a full game price for it. Also, but that's that. All right, last one in May that I'm surprisingly interested in, and I'm happy it's at the end of the month, but reviews came out and I was like, no way this is actually going to hit. And that is 007 First Light, coming from IO Interactive. I am not a big Hitman person. I don't think I've played more than a couple hours of one, trying them out. But there's something about James Bond, it being new, right? It's a new game. It's not Hitman. It's not continuing anything. Something to hop into fresh. It's a new story for the guy. I mean, Daniel Craig is gone, so we don't even have a James Bond right now. So, not saying this is going to be the guy in the film, but why not try to get into James Bond right now and try to get into the IO Interactive with their new game? And apparently, it's good. So I'm surprised, like it's hit. Like I've hit for me, not being someone who's grabbed by these type of games a lot, but I don't know. I'm really intrigued, and I might be picking this up. It falls into a similar category for me, like Pragmata, where I'm like, I don't know, but I want it.
Yeah. I'm same place where, again, no James Bond history, don't care. And yeah, previews dropped this week and just across the board positive in ways I was not expecting at all. I don't see myself jumping into it, but I am optimistic about it now. The way people are talking about it, I'm an old Hitman fan, like Blood Money stuff on PS2, played the shit out of. Have not dove into IOI's stuff they've been doing the past couple of years. And hearing people talk about this now, it feels like a game where the amount of creative freedom for puzzle solving and the paths you can take to get your mission done sounds like decision paralysis for me, and something I would be stressing out over rather than, oh, that's cool. What if I did this? That's cool if I come back and do this. So from a distance, I'll be watching and seeing, maybe a discount thing later on.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, the story can really carry me through on some of that, but I kind of agree with what you were saying there. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it hits. Look good for James Bond, you know?
James.
But that is it for May. Not that May is light in any way.
No, there's a bunch still.
There's a ton of else, but that's just for me. The stuff I was kind of the bigger stuff.
Real fast stuff. Indiana Jones is out on Switch 2 this month as well. So if you're a Switch 2 player waiting for third-party stuff to come out, the new Lego Batman is out.
See how that runs.
New Lego Batman is out. Obviously, something to keep your eyes on. First new Lego game since the big Skywalker saga. What, 4 years ago now at this point?
I missed that one.
And Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, which you got a small child. That sounds like a good small child game, Kyle. I'm not gonna get it, but love me some Yoshi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. Like, you look at 007, May 27th, week later, showcase season, baby. And I'm getting called, which is perfect because we're right at the end here.
Ah, perfect. All right. All right. Well, that's yeah, we're gonna wrap this up quickly. This is the download queue episode, whatever. Talking about this week. Hey,
we're good. That's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah. Well, we heard a little bit. You were unmuted.
Open horizons, but we good. We sign off. Am I good to stop? I did not hear what you were saying. So
I was closing off, but then you were unmuted, so we heard you. So I started talking just to make sure you didn't say anything.
We'll edit it out.
Yeah, this is a mess of an ending.
That's it. We'll be back next week. Second episode of May. Down to showcase season, baby. I can't wait. Next time, happy gaming. Be good to each other. Stay safe.